Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning, Dr. Woods.
We did real good last week with talking about you being a caregiver and doing all the responsibilities.
Yeah.
And well, what comes to my mind normally now is the term caregiver. And everyone says they're a caregiver, but what is a caregiver?
Well, to me, a caregiver is an individual who has taken a profession and has made it into a career. That's what a caregiver is to me. Obviously, there's different types of caregivers. There's caregivers that handle different levels of care. So, depending on what your skills are, kind of determines how much hands-on you'll actually do.
Okay, so basically a caregiver we can gather is somebody who does hands-on
Yes.
with somebody who needs care.
Yeah.
What are some of the pros and cons of being a caregiver? That's a big one, isn't it? Surprise!
Right, I was trying to think, what is it? Yeah. Well, it's a constant, fast-paced. There is, just a constant, someone is always needing your undivided attention. You really have to be able to manage your time, and you got to manage it really well, especially when you're working with multiple clients at the same time, because at one end of the home someone's yelling help, help, help. At the other one someone's yelling help, help, and in between someone's yelling, would everybody shut the up?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very demanding, a lot of patience. One of the plus things about it as being a caregiver is really is rewarding, and you're not looking for individuals to so much recognize you for what you do, because that's really rare.
Mm-hmm.
that happens. But when you've done everything that you can for someone, and when you leave or clock out at the end of the day, if you're a caregiver that just does an 8 or 12-hour shift, if you were get to clock out, you have the satisfaction that you've taken care of another human being. So I think that's something that's very positive and about being a caregiver.
Well, and I think that we have to look at caregivers are, like my mom was a caregiver,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be careful of burnout.
Yes.
You have to be careful of not taking care of yourself.
Yes.
And you really have to be careful of just making sure everybody's okay.
That's correct.
But that includes
Correct.
you. So as a caregiver, what do you do to take care of yourself?
Let me see. On a funny note, smoke heavily. When I'm at home, drink a lot of tea. Just doing things around my house is really what I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
By far, I'm a handyman, but I have all my tools, and I like to just piddle around with my tools at my house, trying or attempting to fix things around my house, painting things, walls, doing that kind of stuff. I guess light duty kind of handyman things.
So what would you
That's what I like
suggest
to
for
do.
people to do to take care of themselves as caregivers?
What I would suggest is that you really have to make time for yourself. You've got to be able to rest. You've got to find time to relax. You really have to find time just to be by yourself. Eating properly is really important. Doing a lot of the fruits and vegetables, and just try to stay away from so much of that greasy fried stuff. I mean, obviously I partake of all that grease. I like it. But I know that I've got to eat, fruit. And one of the things that my wife is always telling me is that my fruit consists of, if it's out of a metal can, such as Libby's or Dole's, that's my kind of fruit.
Mm-hmm.
But you really have to eat properly. You've really got to be well hydrated, and you've got to relax and find the time to be by yourself.
And as a holistic health practitioner, I'm going to toss in there your form of meditation, whether it's just sitting and relaxing or meditating or keeping your eyes closed or napping. Caring for ourselves is very important
Yeah.
when you have a caregiver role.
Right, right. If the caregiver is exhausted, you're not any use to anybody.
None.
You're not. You're
And
not.
I think that's why assisted living is so important, is because, and we can make a whole new video vlog out of this, is
Yeah. Yeah.
when we're not at our best, we're not giving the best care.
Exactly right.
Well, that can be our
Exactly right.
next topic.
We'll do that.
Okay, you have a great day, Anthony.
You as well, Dr. Woods. Thank you.